This meeting is being recorded.
Okay, so I'd like to open the public hearing dated Tuesday, June 1st, 2021, at time at 7 p.m. at Newton Town Hall, 2 Town Hall Road, in a Zoom audio conferencing. The Board of Selectmen will hold a public hearing on Tuesday, June 1st, 2021, beginning at 7 p.m. at the Newton Town Hall, 2 Town Hall Road, Newton, Hampshire, via Zoom conference number 929-205-6099. Meeting ID is 869-075-36632 for the following, to take public input on the acceptance of $16,852.19 from the New Hampshire Department of Safety, Division of Homeland Security and Emergency Management, Public Assistance, CDFA, hashtag 97.036. Anybody from the public?
She's public.
You want to explain what this grant was, or?
You want to explain what the 16, Trish?
So, during COVID, obviously, the town has been submitting various reimbursement requests. This is not a grant, this is a reimbursement. So this replaces monies that has been spent by various town departments. And some of it is for our mobile sign, some of it was actually for supplies that, whether it was police, fire, could have been town hall. We got reimbursed for expenses like the plastic petitions, COVID supplies, a variety of things. So this was actually our first one from FEMA. This goes back to October 15th through, I want to say it was maybe the end of the year. I'd have to look at my notes. So this was the first one of our requests. The next one, we're doing another one we're waiting for, and there'll be one more additional one. So again, this is not a grant. It's just reimbursement of money that department heads have already spent, and once it gets into the bookkeeper, she will disperse it to the people that spent the money.
Thank you. Any questions from the board? Can I get a motion to accept?
So moved.
So moved. Second?
Second.
Second by Matt. Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Great job.
Yeah, thanks for everybody's efforts on that.
So Diane, do I have to wait till 7:15? Okay.
But we can do,
We can do the.
come out of this one and go into the meeting.
Right, so you want
so-
to close out the public meeting, the hearing, I mean, sorry.
Can I get a motion to close public hearing?
Second. So moved.
So moved.
Second.
Second, so
What
moved.
time?
Second by Edvin. All in favor? Aye.
Aye. 7:06 p.m.
I don't think it's a big deal, but I don't think you have to motion to close the public hearing. I think the chair just closes it, but either way, well.
All right. We can start, would you like to start with the Pledge of Allegiance? Or we can go on to the regular agenda. Pledge allegiance to the flag
of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay. So can I get a motion for the non-public session under RSA 91?
So the board just came out of a non-public.
Time out, I think you're going back in.
We're going to go back
after
in
this.
later on.
We recessed.
Okay, so we
Yeah,
recess.
You'll do it at
point.
the end.
Good point. So forget that.
All right, so do we have any non-public minutes we want to seal?
Well, no, because we'll do that later.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Update town hall hours.
Okay, so at the last meeting, we had discussed the hours at the town hall, and we had said that Monday through Wednesday would be 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. for the town clerk, the selectmen, and the town administrator. That's fine. It's Thursday, that would be a little bit of a problem. We had said that the town clerk will still be only open from 10 to 6, and that our offices would be open 9 to 6, and we think that would cause more confusion. I would recommend that you go with the standard hours of 10 to 6 for both the selectmen and the administrators, so that you're in line with the town the clerk's office.
That's fine.
We'll be here anyway, so if somebody comes to the door, we can try and
Anybody have
help
any
them.
issues with that, 10 to 6?
No
Okay.
issue at all.
I don't think you need a
second the
motion on
motion, aye.
it, but that's all right.
Just so that everybody knows, I spoke to Mary Jo about it, and Mary Jo says that she can't do any work in Concord because Concord closes down at 6 anyway. So we might as well do it.
I would just move to adjust, just so we have it in the minutes, move to adjust the Thursday advertised hours for the Selectmen's office to,
Administrator,
and town administrator and,
clerk, town
And
tax collector,
collector.
town clerk.
well, we don't have anything to do
What
with
is
those.
code enforcement doing? You know?
Yeah, they'll be here till 8.
You'll be here till 8? Okay.
But he said he'll keep the door locked, anybody can ring the bell.
So I'm going to just motion for the Selectmen's office and town administrator, adjust the hours to 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. for Thursdays. That's an S at the end of Thursday.
Second it.
Second by Edvin. Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. And to please update it on the town page, because I think the old hours went out.
Yes,
Thanks.
Okay, number C, police officer request to move bank hours to PTO. I think that was 72? Is that
Yep.
correct?
Yep.
72 hours, yeah.
So I did receive an email. Did that go just to me or to everybody?
should have gone to everybody, the email.
Yeah, everybody.
So, and then I replied that, yeah, he had a couple months, he could have used a week or 2 weeks or whatever. But then I think Diane replied back to me, well, under the new employee guidelines, he fits into the category of he can bank them. And then I replied, well, it shouldn't come to the board then. The town administrator should be able to just say, you can bank them under the guidelines of our town policy, because we can't go against the policy, correct?
Well, it's your policy, you
Yeah.
can.
But I tend to agree with you.
But, so, I don't have an issue with it. Does anybody else have an issue with him not banking it? Only because the new employee had to do the academy and then 320 hours of field training. But I know the impression of the board is we don't like to bank hours, but under the new employee guidelines, he's entitled to it.
Yeah, the fact is, we have a policy and we should abide by the policy. We do have the ability to override the policy. but
Correct.
We probably shouldn't be in that habit.
And with this officer, COVID affected between the academy and all that stuff, so.
And I think it was an oversight, and the secretary was new, if she was even here at that point.
All right, so you don't need a motion on it, do you?
Yeah, we would like it, so.
Can I get a motion then to accept the bank hours?
Motion to bank,
I don't think you got this right. He doesn't want to, he wants to take them from the bank and put them into PTO.
Right, so you can use them.
yeah.
Right,
Can use them, yeah.
And I want them to use them and get them up, get them done. I don't like carryovers.
right.
We
So
all
your
know
motion
that.
is to take his bank hours.
And put 'em in
bank hours
PTO.
And put them into PTO.
Yes.
Yep.
Okay,
So motion to take 71 hours from Officer James Collier's bank and move it to his PTO time.
Right.
I think it's 70.
Second.
I think it's
71.
2.
I think it's 72.
It says here 71 in the
Does it?
email.
Okay.
So could I,
thought it
and
was
granted, we're
72.
on
All right, can I
TV.
get a second?
Second?
I'll second for discussion. Granted, we're on
Kate
TV.
seconded for discussion.
Okay, so here's my, just real quick, can we not use the officer's name?
We haven't.
We just did,
Edvin.
we just
Oh, did he?
did.
Oh, I'm sorry.
That's okay. All
But
right.
going forward,
Then it should have been non-public.
Okay, so we got second discussion. All in favor?
Aye.
aye.
Okay. So, D, we're gonna skip over.
Can you edit that video? So it's, forget it.
So you're going to E?
Gale Library roof ad for the sealed bid.
Okay, so that's the Gale. So as you know, the Gale Library needs a new roof. These funds will come out of the
Library trust fund?
Gale Library Building Fund for renovations and repairs. Hopefully you've read it.
I
It's
did.
just going out and asking for a bid.
Yep.
Okay.
If you're good with that, I will get it out there.
Is anybody good with it?
Yeah, it looks
They read it?
Just on the website, right?
Okay. They're good?
Website and the bulletin board, but we're not paying money to put this out, right?
Say that again?
You're going to put this out on the website and the bulletin board, correct?
Yes, but it's also gonna have to go out to like a newspaper.
Can we do the free
Right.
newspaper?
Do what?
The
free newspaper.
What
Free
free
one.
newspaper?
Carriage Town.
It's not free.
It's not free, it's 150
Well,
bucks.
It's just less than the Lawrence Eagle.
Right.
All right, let's squeeze in the request for sealed
good.
bids. Did everybody read that?
Or oil?
And this is going out for bids, correct?
Correct.
RFPs, yeah.
And we talking, are you done with the library?
Yeah, we all
did.
voted, yeah.
Okay.
All in favor of the Gale Library ad going out?
Aye.
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 I thought I did that,
No,
sorry.
we didn't, Larry.
Not even sure who-
So the next one is the number 2 fuel oil and propane for town buildings emergency power generators
Yep.
for September 1st, 2021 to May 31st, 2022, to send this out to the papers to get bids on it. Is everybody good with that one?
Is it possible, can you hear me, guys?
Yep.
Yeah, remember last time when we shopped around and got a good deal? Can we, not only the paper, we're still gonna contact the same people who gave us bids last time, right? There were like 5 of them? Diane, remember?
This is going out as a bid. I don't know, you shouldn't contact people.
But we did last time.
And last time because we didn't get anybody to bid.
Katie, they'll contact us, believe me.
Okay, I'm just suggesting if we don't get enough people, the more we get, the lower the price. So just a thought. Really worked last time.
We can discuss this part offline, but does the statute say we have to put it in a newspaper?
I don't think so.
Well, how else we gonna get it out to people?
The website,
Yeah?
which sends emails,
Well, we've
Well, that's
done,
what you just, I don't
the
know.
bulletin board.
But you're cutting down
Last
your
time
variety.
we had a list of every oil supplier in the area that we heard was cheap. It was a huge list and everyone got called. And that's how we got a good deal.
Yeah, I don't want to just belabor this whole thing. I don't see people reading the newspaper looking for opportunities to sell people oil or put roofs on houses. I see them maybe looking on bulletin boards on the website or getting forwarded something from a friend via email. But
Well, it definitely goes out on the website.
yeah, right.
Bulletin board, it's,
Yeah, well,
you
It
know.
is
but
what
I
it
always
is.
thought there was a list and you had to do 2 things. And if the paper's one of them and we have to pay for it, maybe we don't want to do that, is all I'm saying. But it's no big deal.
Okay, so all in favor of this going out?
Aye.
Aye. Okay, we're gonna go back to our second public hearing. Okay, the Board of Select will hold a public hearing on June 1st, 2021, beginning at 7:15 at the Newton Town Hall, 2 Town Hall Road, Newton, Hampshire, for the following: to take public input on the proposed impact fees. The proposed changes are available on town's website at www.newtonnh.gov or at Town Hall. Anybody from the public?
so, since you don't have your computer, Larry and Charlie, it's in the SharePoint, Matt, April 6th, if you guys want to look at that. And these are the rates of the method A is what you want to do, not the square footage.
Oh yeah, I read this last week,
Okay.
Last one was in 2013, right? That
Yeah.
was the,
Yes,
2013.
yep. So when we met with Bruce Mayberry at the April 6th meeting, he suggested that you go with the lower rate, not the highest, because it's easier to defend. It's not that much different, but that's what we've done in the last 3 times. We've always used the lower rate.
So that'd be method A?
Yep, it's method A, and it would be, yep, method A would be the one, because B would be the higher value.
so we can put this grid in the minutes, right? So everybody can see it later.
We could.
Any questions from the board on going with method A?
I can't find the document other than,
It's in
can't
the
find
April
it?
6th
It's
Is it
in
April 6th, right?
SharePoint, Kate, under April 6th.
This one, right? Yeah.
Yeah, it says
Yeah,
2021.
23rd, okay.
Well, 2013 is the old one.
Yeah.
There's another one out there that's 2021.
I mean, I have it on my SharePoint but it's several pages. Can you put it up there, Diane, if we share it, or?
So Nancy, if we use method A and we go by per unit structure type, so it's 5349? Or do we use the,
Yeah, 5349 would be the higher value.
yeah, now,
And then if it's other structure types, and we'll break that down on our sheet like we normally do.
Yep.
And here's one that might be helpful, that shows how it's broken down, single family, duplex, that type of thing. That's in 2013. We haven't made up the new one yet.
but that would be option one. Option two is to go by the square footage?
Yeah, we don't want to do that because you'd have to measure everything, and that could be a real nightmare if you don't have somebody calculating it correctly. And Bruce didn't recommend that one.
But I mean, in 2013, we did the per unit, right?
Yes.
So we'd be staying consistent with that.
Yes, and we always have since '99.
I thought the square footage was more equitable.
It's not practical.
Not practical, but equitable. Oh, well.
You have to have somebody that can calculate it, and there may be several, and that could be a lot of calculations.
You can't use the tax one that we already have that shows the square foot of every house here, no?
And I wouldn't recommend it. He didn't recommend it.
Oh, another question, Nancy. On this sheet that you just gave him, so multifamily units, if you have 3+ units, it's only $1,500?
If that's what it says.
Then why would a single family detached be $4,332?
Because it's usually multi is 1 bedroom or whatever. I don't know. I didn't pull that up on my chart.
Doesn't seem fair to the single family.
This is based on student count, don't forget. So if you don't have people living in there, it wouldn't count. It's only livable space. It's these,
Yeah, but if you put up a multifamily, 4 units, you're only going to get $1,500,
and
but you
they're
got 4 families in
usually
there.
1 bedroom, yeah. So more than likely, there's no kids in there. See what I'm saying? It's like an elderly couple or something like that with no kids.
Yeah, you think they would pay higher because it's more of like a business.
But it's based on the student count for the school. What's going to impact the school?
That's why usually larger square footage means more students.
Well, why couldn't you, if the person is building a 3,200 square foot house or 4 units that are 3,200 square foot, why don't you just charge them the $2.70? Because you don't have to go in and measure nothing. All you have to do is, when he comes in with his building plan, he shows you that he's going to build a 30 by 40, and that's 1,200 square feet.
I don't think it's that clear cut though, Charlie, and that's what Bruce is trying to explain. It's really more in depth, and if you don't have somebody that can go out and do that, it's so much easier. I mean, we're getting more money on this now. I don't know why we'd want to do that.
Well, I could see you having to go out and measure if he was if he was charging for an addition.
But there's a lot of variables. Who's going to be responsible? We're all part-time, you know.
So we're not going to be able to collect off of additions? And that's an impact, because they could be putting an addition on the house. It could be another
If you read
bedroom.
the impact fees, I'm sure it's all in there. I don't have that at the top of my head. These were questions for Bruce Mayberry, not
Yeah.
for me. All we are is updating it because we were requested by the planning board to do so. We did so. Bruce recommended, and now we're at the point where we need to adopt.
Did the planning board make a recommendation at all?
They approved it.
They approved Method A, right?
They voted on it. According to Jim, 1 or 2 meetings ago, they voted to approve it.
Any more questions?
No, I think it's important, well, one thing that's important to note is nobody came to this public hearing, which let's just note that. I mean,
Right.
that's, so
So it
if,
is what it is.
it is what it is, you know, because one of the reasons I proposed, I don't believe we needed the public hearing. I believe I proposed it because I wanted to hear from the townspeople. We do have this report, which
Bruce
I think should...
Mayberry said it had to have a public hearing.
Okay, so I'm wrong. My memory's unclear.
That's okay.
Not the first time. So I think it's important that this report that we all have in front of us is part of the minutes, as I think it will be, so that people can review it. So we did not, you know, make this up in a room with just the 5 of us and this sounds good. This was, we invested with the person who did the 2013 study, and what was the other one, 2005?
Yep.
This is based upon, I'll just read it for what the heck. This is based upon methodology for the calculation of school impact fees in towns of Newton, New Hampshire, adopted in November 22nd, 1999. So what we're doing is we're essentially taking the formula that we've always used, inputting the new data, and coming up with a new number. So
That's also with Kingston as well.
yes, and
We're
we're
in
part
the
of a
district.
regional school, so
Right,
everybody understands we're not throwing darts at a
right.
dartboard, so.
So
Okay.
you just need a motion to accept the 2021 impact fees? Can I get someone to do that motion?
Using method A, Larry.
Method, you mentioned, okay, so method A.
And I'll update that sheet with all the values.
Motion to accept the 2021 impact fees using Method A.
Second.
Second by Katie, discussion?
All I'll add is maybe we just say on page,
Page 1
Page 1.
page 1.
of the,
So motion by Addison, second by Katie, any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Okay. That goes with that, that goes with that.
Okay, so you need to close out the public hearing?
Oh, yeah, so sorry. Can I get a motion to close out the public hearing?
motion to close out public hearing.
Second?
Second by Charlie. Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. And a motion to continue
Diane,
the
7:45.
regular public meeting.
I would move to reopen the public meeting at
Move to reopen.
7:26 PM.
Second?
Second by Charlie. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. And we left off at D, EOC update.
Time's up.
I'm fast, but I'm not that fast. Okay. Okay, a lot, again, just like always, I'm not going to tell you about the state stuff. You can look at that online. Newton District, however, school district, we currently have no active cases in the Newton. Yay! No active cases, and we've had no outbreaks. So we still have at the high school 27 recovered, 8 at the Memorial recovered, 4 at the middle recovered, and 3 at Bakey recovered. Just some updates. The latest guidelines from New Hampshire CDC recommends the following. If you are, and again, this comes from all our meetings, if you are fully vaccinated and are with other people that are vaccinated, whether indoors or outdoors, they are saying no mask is needed. However, if you are fully vaccinated and around people and their status is unknown, they recommend a mask for indoors, but still say no mask is needed for outdoors. Remember, this is a recommendation from the CDC and may or may not be what is recommended for the town of Newton by the Board of Selectmen. They also recommend that if you are not fully vaccinated, to schedule an appointment, and if you're having trouble with that, call us at the EOC, 382-1610, or call Larry or myself. We'll assist you. We had to help a couple people last week, who had an issue when the mobile clinics kind of stopped happening, and because of their age and their ability to get around, we were able to help them get it scheduled. So again, call us if you need help. We, at the EOC, we are operating at reduced operational hours daily just to maintain situation awareness. We're working with residents, again, having problems, and again, call us if you need it. We are participating in the scheduled Homeland Security calls from not only the EMD calls, our legal calls, the AG's office, CDC calls, and Primex is also involved in those. We're monitoring, this is the local EOC, is monitoring community needs and essential government functions based on the latest information. The EOC, the Newton EOC that is, will be sending out guidelines as recommended on our calls to all the department heads that indicate, in our case, unless the Board of Selectmen say otherwise, temperature checks and log entries are no longer needed when entering town buildings. So we will send out guidelines so that I've had calls from the police chief and the library so that they understand what we're doing and what is required of them according to the Board of Selectmen. Lastly, the New Hampshire Municipal Association, and again, some of you have probably seen this if you get the news links from New Hampshire Association. The legal department sent out a news link about resuming in-person meetings on June 12th. And here, I want to read what was sent out so that it's in the minutes and so that our TV audience can hear. So this came out as of Friday, last Friday, May 28th. Since March of last year, public bodies have been authorized to conduct virtual meetings under the Governor's Emergency Order Number 12. This authority has been continued as the Governor has renewed the state of emergency every 3 weeks since the onset of the pandemic. As the state continues to reopen, the state of emergency will likely end soon. And with that is the authority to meet without a physical location. The governor's most recent order, issued on Friday, May 28th, extended the state of emergency for only 2 weeks until June 11th, and it is uncertain whether it will be extended again. If it is not, the authority to hold entirely virtual meetings will actually expire on June 11th. There is, however, pending legislation that would put the virtual meeting option into a statute, but its fate is uncertain, and even if it passes, it will not take effect till July or later. Therefore, again, this is coming from legal counsel, therefore, we strongly advise all local public bodies that meeting on or after June 12th should be held in person with public access at a physical location of the meeting. If the state of emergency is not extended on June 11th, any meeting held after that time without public access of a physical location will be in violation of the right to know law. If you have already posted a notice of a meeting without a physical location, you will need to repost the notice indicating the date, time, and place of the meeting. Given the circumstances where a meeting notice required newspaper circulation, or verified mail notice, such as land use boards, municipalities should pay the cost of the re-notification. So that's something we'll have to bear if any of our boards are in that situation. And they go on to say they'll continue to provide an update as they get further information. And I think that's it for me.
Thank you.
That's it.
Thank you.
Can I ask you a question, Trish?
Sure.
Can people, for participation when we go back to in public, are we still allowed to let people attend by Zoom, though, right? Townspeople?
So the statute, they're unsure whether or not that's going to be in the statute. There's been a lot of conversation that we've had decent meeting participation because of Zoom.
Right.
So if it doesn't get extended and they don't say we can't do virtual, or they say we can do virtual, we still have to have a public meeting place, and then others can join. However, the others that join may not be able to vote.
Right.
So that's all part of the statute that they work. Okay.
Okay.
But if we revert to the previous statute, then as long as we have a public place for people to come into and we have a quorum here, then people can participate electronically.
That's what they're trying to decide on this statute.
So,
Yeah.
Yes,
That's the pre-existing statute.
exactly.
No, for
Right.
the BOS, but not for townspeople, right? Like, that's
Well, here's the thing, because as many know, I think, we're on cable, right? But we do that as a service
Correct.
to the community. We don't have to be on cable. So we could continue Zoom as a service if we wanted to. We're wired up to do it.
if we
Yes.
pay for
We
it.
don't have to.
And we don't have to let them speak.
That's right,
Same
Right,
thing
but it'd be nice to have more people.
in the room, right? So
right. Thank you.
Okay, and just one more thing, when we resume public though, we can or cannot have a limit in town hall for safety?
I think
Are we allowed to? Like 6 feet apart, or we don't do that? I'm a little confused.
Prior to COVID, it was 49. Once COVID started, it was 30.
And we'll
Plus-
stick with 30,
Plus the
I guess.
people, plus the selectmen and Nancy and Diane.
so that we're back to the 40. Essentially, we could go back to the 49.
Yes, correct.
Which we're not worried about that.
Oh, good point,
Hopefully.
good point.
I'm really worried. I'm holding people back.
I know. They're all in the parking lot.
Thank you, Trish. Number G, per RSA 31:95B, to accept and expend unanticipated funds for the food pantry. A, Charlotte E. Center for $30, and B, James A. Marino for $50.
Second.
Second by Charlie. Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
H, that's your, was that the cable guy, Diane?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Do I have
Did we do
something in
both A
here?
and B on G?
Resignation.
We had 2 donations, right?
We just did those.
Oh, we did them together?
Together.
So basically, you just need to accept his resignation.
So I would move to accept the resignation of Doug Drury with our thanks.
Second.
Second by Charlie. Any discussion? All in favor?
What was
Aye.
the effective date, Diane?
Yeah, if we could add the effective date to my
What's the
motion.
email saying?
The date?
I think
Yeah.
it
What's
was
the email?
May
April
5th.
26th,
April
maybe?
26th, okay.
Whatever date that is, please
May
add it.
5th, 2021.
May 5th.
May 5th, okay.
That's what the email says, yeah.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
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 Okay, and,
Sounds like the cricket has something to say there, Kate.
oh,
There's a cricket in the
Oh,
background.
You can hear my crickets?
I think
Yeah, we can hear the
so.
crickets.
I'll mute myself until.
That's all right.
so next
That's why the
thing
house
is
called
the
crickets.
manifest.
Yep.
Want me to read them?
Could I get a motion?
I haven't looked at it yet, I gotta be honest.
Motion to sign vendor manifest dated June 1st, 2021, in the amount of $67,355.94.
Second.
Second by Charlie. Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Motion to sign cable vendor manifest dated June 1st, 2021, in the amount of $2,267.89.
Second.
Second by Charlie. Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Motion to sign fire rescue station bond vendor manifest dated June 1st, 2021, in the amount of $78.80.
Second.
Second by Charlie. Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Motion to sign payroll manifest for the pay period May 9th to the 22nd, 2021, with a pay date of May 27th, 2021.
Second.
Second by Charlie. Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
That's it for the manifest.
Those are
Okay,
easy
any
ones.
announcements?
The parade went well.
Yeah, very good.
Yeah, I thought it went well, and the weather held out for a little window there, so we thank everybody involved, because that's one of those things we do in town. It seems like everybody in town has a piece of it, so.
And I was at the end and where it was going slow and they were stopping, the people were saying, great show. They loved it. Had a lot of
I
them.
think Kim Valiant said, hey, that's Charlie in his car.
Okay, so no approval of minutes, selectmen's non-public, public. Need a motion for the minutes dated May 18, 2021.
Motion to approve the selectmen's non-public and public meeting minutes dated May 18th, 2021.
Second.
Second by Katie. Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. And review non-public session minutes. We don't have anything to review, correct? So we're going to adjourn the public meeting.
Yeah, I'm going to move to go under, into non-public, under RSA 91A32C for reputation.